Hello, Sagittarius. This is your chakra check-in for the beginning of April 2022, first part of April. And I'm starting with what came through first, which is usually the thing that you'll be kind of focusing on the most. And so what I noticed first was that your solar plexus chakra is just doing a lot right now, okay? it's it's pretty diffuse energy. Most importantly, whoops, it's not really down that far into your sacral chakra. But it is extending into your heart chakra up here. And in fact, it's sort of covering it intentionally. So your solar plexus chakra, like I said, the energy in there is just a little bit dense and diffuse, and it's trying to do kind of a lot of things. So your solar plexus chakra is your doing center. It's how you get stuff done, and you're very good at this, Sagittarius. I'm just lightening it up a little bit because it is a little bit lighter. So you're very good at this, Sagittarius. However, right now, it's doing, like I said, a little bit more. So I do get the sense that this has improved naturally over time. You might not realize it, but it definitely has. I can tell that you were really doing for a while there. For a good part of your life, you might have been focused on a particular goal. And I get the sense that, like, okay, you're kind of breathing easy a little bit now. So good job sort of taking care, getting that stuff to a little bit better spot. What's happening with your solar plexus chakra and your heart chakra is that your solar plexus chakra is kind of just like almost like in this protective mode around your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is also a little bit smaller, and it does have some stuck energy in there. And so I wouldn't be surprised if you've had, some difficult things going on with your heart chakra in the past. And although you are doing a better job of building a new life for yourself, you still got some old stuff in there. And so your heart chakra has gotten smaller to kind of protect itself, just in the way you would imagine anything or anybody sort of retreating, from harmful things. And then your solar plexus chakra is getting big and protective and eclipsing this heart chakra. Just to sort of protect your heart even further. So you might find yourself being very judicious with who you not only allow into your life. I get the sense that you don't trust easily. People you really have to warm up to people, and some people just, unfortunately, you never warm up to. So you hold people to high standards, and maybe higher than you need to. And what I mean by that is you might be holding yourself back from having some good, strong relationships. And so those things don't change overnight. So it's nothing you need to get too crazy about right now and change and start letting all these people in. We're going to start working on these things slowly. So on my Instagram, there's a recipe for a gingerbread cookie tea, and it's really easy to make and pretty cheap to get, because you can get ground ginger, in those little like plastic packets for like 99 cents, I think, depending on where you live. And I would do that gingerbread cookie tea in the morning or at night. If you don't know what ginger does to your body, I would have it in the morning because it can be a tiny bit stimulating. You can also use fresh ginger. That's in the recipe as well. It's really good too. And it'll sort of very gently start moving this solar plexus chakra back into alignment. Your root chakra and your heart chakra for now we don't really need to do anything with. I just get the sense that we need to be very, very careful with that. Um, you could get a rose quartz if you wanted, and the rose quartz will actually help. And if you wanted to put the rose quartz on your heart space when you lay down, you can do that. Or you can just carry it around, whatever feels right for you. I kind of get the sense that you're not really into crystals too much. So your root chakra is hurt. Your root chakra is sad, I should say. So I see your root chakra really almost like not even being online here. Um, it feels like some old childhood issues, and I don't feel like you're walking around like, everything horrible, and feeling this outwardly necessarily, because again, I do feel like you've made a pretty good life for yourself, but this is, for the most part, I'm barely seeing it. It's not really what I would call online. So we're going to do some things that'll help this, and help some other stuff too. I would recommend, I just said you weren't really into crystals, but I would really recommend granite. What came through for you is something called your Earth Star chakra. And I usually don't talk about these. I just talk about the 7 main chakras to keep things simple. But your Earth Star chakra sits down kind of like below your feet, and as the name implies, it kind of connects you to the earth and really grounds you into the earth. And I think you could definitely use that, given the fact that I'm not really seeing your root chakra online here. And the sense that I got was like, we don't even want to, it's not just the root chakra, we need to go deeper and think about this Earth Star chakra. So if you can get a piece of granite, you can place that, near your feet if you're laying down, or even if you're sitting down meditating. But you can just hold it. Like I said, keep it in your pocket. If you can, I would hold this for a little bit and just see how it feels. I feel like you'll feel something, even though you're going to try to pretend like you don't really feel something. But I would get some granite. I would definitely do some cacao if you can get it. That's just such a nice, beautiful, grounding, earthly treat. And you can do that warm, and you could do it every day. And with everything, I'm not a doctor, so there are some minerals in cacao, that aren't in a lot of other stuff. So I would say take a look at that if you're like pregnant, or I don't know, just ask, check in with your doctor. But cacao feels really good for you, and doing some granite feels really good for you. Even what came through is you can just get your hands on some dark chocolate. It does have cacao. That. Do that. Your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra, also, it's not that happy either. I'm seeing some stuck energy in there. It looks like you've worked on this, and what just came through right now was like therapy. Like, it looks like you might have gone through some therapy. So a lot of times I'll see this like outer netting on your chakras, which kind of holds it together. And yours has this very slight, why is that? Yours has this very slight kind of like tear right here. And so we're seeing a little bit of the energy, just the tiniest bit of the energy escape. What's actually saving you from having a lot of that energy escape is the fact that you have sort of some stuck energy in here, and it's almost like creating like a seal for it, which is interesting. I've never seen that before, actually. So this stuck energy is creating kind of like, it's almost like, well, not that much is getting out, which is good. The gingerbread tea will help with this. I get the sense that let's work on your root chakra first, and then in a couple weeks I'll read again, and we'll see how your sacral chakra is. I would do a lot of water, more than you normally drink. And your sacral chakra is responsible for, it's like all the sex stuff, right? Like everybody thinks of it as like sexual pleasure and your sexual drive, and that is true, but it's also the seat of your emotions. And it's also the seat of your kind of like ability to have passion and pleasure in life. And so this is all sort of related in with the heart chakra and the solar plexus chakra, because, that ability to sort of just like enjoy life can be hindered when the sacral chakra isn't balanced, and also your solar plexus chakra is almost trying to operationalize your fun. Okay, so if anything, it's like you're just being very regimented in things, and you feel very regimented in general. Do childlike stuff. Just have a good time for no other reason than to have a good time. And that simple little act will help in a very gentle way to sort of get the sacral chakra working a little bit better. And the same too, when you like, it's almost like, when your heart chakra is this small, it doesn't just affect the love that you're able to give to other people and when it's being protected in this way, but it affects your ability to love yourself. And so what it can manifest as issues with self-worth, especially, your ego is tied up in this solar plexus chakra. That's trying to take over the heart. It's taking over your ability to just sort of enjoy stuff. And so it's almost like you don't feel worthy of just like enjoying or having a good time. And when you feel worthy, it's like you feel worthy by being productive. And you're definitely worthy. I can tell you are so sweet and sensitive, and I can feel almost that you've really been hurt. There's some abandonment that kind of comes through in this sacral chakra. And like I said, I feel really proud of you because it feels like you've worked on a lot of this stuff actively. It's only normal that if we don't know kind of like that all this stuff manifests in our energy field, that there would still be sort of stuff left over, even though we've done therapy and, all the things that we're supposed to do. Your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, your throat chakra, pretty much all just, nothing to see here kind of things. You don't need to work on these things right now. Everybody's intuitive. I think you get a very good read on people. You know this. You kind of think the other stuff is kind of poo-poo, which is okay. And your crown chakra looks okay too. I don't get the sense that you're concerned necessarily with religion or spirituality, but that seems to be working for you. You seem to be fine. So let's recap. I've given you several things that you can do. And since this is a general reading, what really works well is if you pick the things that work for you based on kind of what feels right, what resonates. Don't do it like that feels silly. Because if it feels silly, but there's still something in you that's like, I don't know, maybe that's the thing, just be silly. You need to be silly anyway, okay? So maybe part of trying these things is part of your just having fun and not being worried about if it's real or what people might think. So let's recap some of the things you can do. We want to really start connecting with this Earth Star chakra, which you can do with the stone of granite. You can have some cacao. Or you can get some dark chocolate, and actually gardening, nature, gardening in particular, like really stick your hands in dirt. If you can get your hands in dirt, even if you're not gardening and you just want to have fun, but if you're repotting plants, whatever, having your hands and feeling the dirt would be good. But if you can just stick your feet in some dirt, sand is not as great. We want like earth. So you can do any of those things for your Earth Star chakra, which will also help with these root chakra issues. For your solar plexus chakra, we're going to do this gingerbread cookie tea, which is going to give you a nice balance in the masculine and feminine energy and just kind of get this guy to settle down, calm down, stand down. And that'll help, your heart chakra have space to begin to flourish. And you can use a rose quartz for your heart chakra if you'd like to. And then for your sacral chakra, we're going to leave that alone, except for, trying to have some fun and drinking extra water. And just as a reminder, when we do things in our chakras down here, this is like a hose. So we free up stuff down here and then the energy flows up. So anything you do in your lower chakras affects the chakras above it. Okay, thanks, Sag.